Right, Nana Kidwai is joining us, Chair of the India Sanitation Coalition. Nana, you've done so much work in so many aspects of it. It's always a very tough challenge to try and do something about sanitation. Are we making any headway?
Vikram, the great news is we've made such huge headway that it is almost cause for celebration. I've been part of 4 days of deliberations here in Delhi, where there is so much celebration around what India is achieving in the rural space. We have ministers here from all over the world, ministers of environment and sanitation, who are here to see and learn and discuss what it is that India has achieved in terms of rural sanitation. Of course, urban is still a long journey, and I would love to have people like yourselves, this amazing program that NDTV runs, Amitabh Bachchanji's voice, and everything that Rekit Benkaiser is representing through the Cleanathon, to begin to ask, each one of us as citizens should be asking, do we know where the shit goes? So yes, we've had success in toilets. Yes, we're beginning to use them with the behavior change, but we need to make sure that what is being funneled into the toilets is being treated properly. Because if it's going right back into the environment which it originally went into, we will have had a classic failure of having only funneled the shit into a toilet to go back where it came from, rather than to have treated it and used the sludge as it can be used for energy, as fertilizer, and use the water or wastewater which is recovered from it to help with powering our power plants and for irrigation. So let's begin to ask the question as citizens, where does my shit go? And make our municipalities accountable, make our resident welfare associations accountable, make the builders from whom we buy our buildings, our flats, and where we stay accountable to us, to tell us what they do with the fecal sludge that flows from where we live.
Right. Nana, we were speaking to Mr. Gadkari earlier in the day, and he said solid waste management and some of these issues is the reason why we can't clean up the rivers and therefore the ocean. Just wanted to get your sense of it. Next 5 years, 10 years, are we going to be able to solve the problem or no?
I believe we are on the journey. One of the big solutions that has come up is using distributed, as in small sewage plants. They could be placed in resident welfare associations. They're already mandatory in big buildings. And these small plants come up in a matter of a year or two. They cost 1/10 or 1/8 of the big sewage plants, which otherwise need to come up and be funded. So if you're asking me a 10-year question and we go for these distributed plants, they can certainly help solve a lot of the problem. Putting up the large sewage plants is, of course, where we have failed to keep up with the requirement. They take a lot of time, they take a lot of money. So we need to rethink that distribution. The first few pilot plants are up and running, and many of our municipalities are going to visit them. So I am hopeful that at least we will begin to solve the problem, if not solve it completely. But we, as citizens, have to keep asking where the shit goes, because that is the only way our governments will be accountable to us. And it is what is messing up the water, messing up the environment.
All right, Nana, thanks a lot for joining us with that perspective. And yes, that is something for everyone to try.